Hello world, have you tried to make a whole Android app with a single activity? Nope, or wanted to learn navigation components in Android? Then you must watch this video. Hi, this is Sauravya and you're watching Code Blog. So we all know that the fragments are the lighter version of the activities. So why we don't use the fragment as a replacement for activities? Why not? So in this video I'm gonna show you how to make a single activity app and how to use the navigation components in Android. So let's dive into the video. Now if you see this Medium article, it have the same title of this video. So if you are the person who wanted to learn all the thing by reading and implementing thing, then you can skip this video and go to my Medium article and implement this example of navigation component with single activity, and all the links which has been important for this example I'm going to provide it to you in the description of this video. So before we begin for the coding part, so here are some of the pre-request dependencies we need to add into our project. So I have already made these dependencies in my project, so you can go ahead and add those dependencies from my Medium article. And we have to add some of the fragments here, so we need to add two fragment. So here are some two fragments I have already added. This is a home fragment and there's a second fragment. For the UI thing in the fragments, so first of all, with the home fragment, it contains only two widgets. Like first one is the edit text and second one is the button. So our goal is to, whenever the users enter this any kind of text in this edit text, we have to pass that text when the user click this button second fragment. So whenever the second fragment receive that data, it will going to be show in this text view. It is the simple navigation and the simplest example for this navigation component understanding. Now we need to create a navigation graph. So what is the navigation graph? Navigation graph is a key file for the navigation component, because from that navigation graph you can make the flow of the fragments. So whenever the user performs certain task in the app, like click of a button, it should follow the direction of that flow what we decide in that navigation graph. In order to create a navigation graph, just go to this res folder and right click on it, and new, go to the new, and this Android resource file. Then give it a name. So in our case I'm going to name it as a main underscore nav. Then in this resource type I'm going to add it is a navigation. So just click on this OK button and it will be creating this navigation folder, and inside it's have this main underscore nav xml file, which is our navigation graph. So in order to perform the flow of this navigation, we need to add the fragment here. So in order to add the fragment, just click on this new destination thing and choose those fragments what we need to add here. So it is our first fragment as home fragment, then it is a second fragment which we wanted to add here. So now we have created both of this fragment, both, or we can say it's a destination for the navigation graph. So we know that in this home fragment we have this button. Whenever he click on this button, it will be passing the data whatever it contain in this edit text, it will be passed to the second fragment, and this second fragment will show that text in the text view. So in order to do that, so go to this main underscore nav and click on this dotted thing and drag it to the second fragment. So second fragment, and if you go to this split one, you can see here it is created a one action kind of thing. So it's a fragment second direction. So if you rebuild the project, now if you go to this java generated folder and go to this last package name and find that our is a home fragment. So just click on this home fragment, and here you can see it's generated a class which is directions for this action. So whenever he perform this action, it will be redirecting to this direction thing. Now we need to add the parameter for this direction, because we need to pass the data of this home fragment to the second fragment. So in order to do that, come to this design tab and click on this fragment, second fragment, and here you can see it's a argument kind of thing. So just hit plus button on this argument and name that argument. So in our case I'm going to name it as data, and I'm going to set the type as a string and add that argument. So here you can see it's a argument thing is added, and again if I rebuild the project, you can see here it having another second fragment argument class is generated. So it is a class which will be providing us the data from this home fragment to the second fragment. Now we need to add the nav host, because if we wanted to perform the navigation, so we need a platform to show that the navigation is going on. So in our case the platform would be the main activity, so we will adding a one nav host fragment in the main activity, and it will be like performing as the parent of that navigation. So in order to add the nav host, you just need to go to this container thing, and yeah, here you can see it's a nav host fragment. Just add it over here and select our nav graph. So here we have our main nav, so it is our navigation graph for this nav host. So click on OK, and now we need to go to the home fragment so that we can get the data from that edit text and pass it on to the second fragment. So just go to this home fragment, and here I have used the data binding thing. So you can get all the details about the data binding and MVVM model from my previous videos. I have made some of the videos of data binding and MVVM model, so you can go and check out it. So we will get the click of that send button. So just click on this binding dot this button dot set click listener, and under this we are going to add the validation for that edit text. So first of all we need to get the text of that edit text, and we are going to get that edit text binding dot name et dot edit text dot text dot to string. So it will be getting it at that string, and check for the validation of it is not empty or not, is empty, and then if it is empty we will be showing the error for that. So we need to add that error thing in the edit text. So binding dot name et dot set error is error enable is equal to true, then binding dot name et dot is set error. In this error we will be setting the error messages input invalid, now for the else part we will be passing on that the data to the second fragment. So in our case we need to get the action first. So I'm going to create an object for this action and get this home direction object, this home fragment direction object, and then I'm going to add this parameter for this one. So it is like text, then I'm going to get the method for find nav controller dot navigate, and I'm going to pass the action to navigate. Now it is all done with the home fragment. Now come to the second fragment. In this second fragment, we need to get that text from here in the second fragment. So, and we need to save that text in this view model thing. So in order to save that text in this view model, we need to add the mutable data. We wanted to observe that into live data. So in order to get that live data, first we need to save that text into this mutable live data. So for this we need to add private var text type as mutable live data, and the type of that mutable live data is string, and it will be the mutable live data. Now in order to set that, we need to add one function for this function, set text, and here it will be having the text and string, and we are not returning anything from here, so we need to just remove that unit thing, and we need to add this dot text dot post value, and we need to pass that parameter text, and here that set is done. Now after that we need to get the text as in live data so that we can observe that text. So get text, and in order to get that is we have to return type as in live data for string. Now we just only need to return the text. It will automatically reflect into the live data. So come to this second fragment, and in onCreate we will get the object of that second fragment. So val text is equal to second fragment arguments dot from bundle, and from bundle we need to get that required argument, and if it may be return us the null data, so we will do is let thing. So it is like if it is a null, so it will not be posting that one, and if it is not null, then it will be posting that into the view model. So in order to do that, so it will be getting us that object of that second fragment argument, and we need that object which we have made it as an argument is data. So just click on this dot and data, and now we will be getting it as view model dot set text, and we just pass it because it is the default representation for that string. Now we need to observe that text from the view model. So just go to this onCreate view. So in onCreate view we will be getting all that UI object references, calling the view model dot get text dot observe, and in this we will be getting the owner of this lifecycle. So here we have that object view lifecycle owner, and we have the function of observe, and here it is showing that it as a string representing that string, and it will be live. So if any kind of changes is there on the runtime, it will be reflecting here also. So now we need to reference the text view binding dot name tv dot text, and pass it as it. So it is representing the string text. So now we just run the project and we will see what happened. Now you can see here it is empty. So if I click on this, it will be showing us the message in input invalid. So now if I give anything input like hello world, it will pass that on to the second. You can see here it is a hello world message is showing here, and now if you see change that object here also, and it will be changing that text also. That's it. This is how you create a single activity app using navigation component, and I hope you like this video, and if so then make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to it. Thank you for watching.